So yeah, I had no intentions of making a video today. It's Sunday night, so I couldn't film in my room because it was too dark, so I came into my washroom to film. I was just inspired by, I was looking through, doing kind of my seasonal kind of, looking at like the trends for the next season and whatnot, and I just kind of got inspired by it and just kind of did my makeup. And then I decided like, oh, this would be like the perfect time to do my spring summer trends video. I had not done like the winter fall one, so I thought that maybe this is kind of a New Year's resolution to do these now. I know it's a little early, it's about like 2.5 months until spring officially comes, but as you all know, the runways for like the following season are like a couple of months before, so you kind of get an idea already of what the trends are going to be. So I just kind of looked at many of the fashion shows, looked through, a couple of blogs and whatnot, and I just compiled a list and I thought I would share it with you. So hopefully you find this helpful, and of course there's going to be like more kind of trends that are going to upbring during the next couple of weeks and months into spring and fall and summer as well. But these are just like the trends that I found for right now that people are kind of gauging towards for the upcoming season. So first I'm going to start off with clothing. In terms of clothing, I saw a lot of 70s inspired clothing, whether it be kind of bold stripes, kind of like the Mazzoni kind of stripes, very bold patterns, a mix of patterns, so like a different pattern shirt with a different patterned bottom, whether it be a skirt or pant, as well as a lot of high-waisted pants, a lot of high-waisted trouser jeans, and a lot of very wide-legged pants, so very wide-legged trousers in kind of like muted colors, like olive and neutral colors. And so yeah, just a lot of 70s patterns, and as well in terms of shoes, a lot of 70s kind of inspired kind of platform type shoes. And there's this new shoe called the flatform, which is kind of basically a flat shoe but has platforms. What else? So yeah, just a lot of mixture patterns, a lot of patterns in terms of stripes and dots, a lot of dots I saw. So a lot of boho kind of dressing, and a lot of jumpsuits as well. And as you know, kind of like the 70s, kind of like Charlie's Angels inspired, they wore a lot of like jumpsuits and things like that. So there was still a lot of jumpsuits, but a little bit more modernized for today. Kind of into like the 70s, there were a lot of bright color, a lot of neon type colors, so there's going to be a lot of brights for spring and summer. So whether it be, you can just have like a simple like outfit and then add a pop of color, whether it be your shoes or your cardigan or belt or something like that, just to add a pop of color. A lot of florals as well, and that's kind of known, with spring and summer, there's always florals. There's also a lot of sheer layers, kind of like pajama dressing, kind of just not lingerie so much, but a lot of flowy material, a lot of sheer material. And as well, there's still maxi type dresses, as well as skirts, as well as kind of mid-calf skirts, so very still flowy, and that kind of goes again with the whole 70s theme. And you could also, you look at the 70s inspired runways, but also another reference is the 70s itself, so looking through 70s magazines, 70s fashion books about the 70s, and that will give you a lot more ideas on how they dress in the 70s and give you an idea of different ideas and inspiration. A lot of neutral colors as well, so muted colors, light colors, beige tones, a lot of nudes, and as well a lot of white. So there's a lot of like crisp white outfits, just like all white and very structured outfits. A lot of minimalism and just simplicity in those outfits. So yeah, that's what I have about for right now. There wasn't like so much, but I mean, obviously like still there are going to be pieces that are going to carry in from fall, winter to the summer and spring as well, that you can just kind of carry on, mixing of the old and new together. So yeah, it's just a little bit. I mean, that's not so much, but I just wanted to give it like a little kind of brief, and that's kind of just there's like still a lot of trends, but this is just like the majority of things that I had seen kind of like collaborated all together into kind of like basic categories. So like the 70s minimalism, simplicity, neutral colors, and bright bold colors as well. In terms of makeup, as you can kind of see from my face, it's going to be a lot of bright makeup. I don't know if I would go out like this every day, but I think it's really fun. And Sundays I like to, since I don't go out, I like to kind of play with my makeup, and that's kind of the only time I can just do a like landish kind of like out there looks. And so I just kind of came up with this one. It's kind of inspired by Katy Perry from her Hot or Cold, I think, Hot or Cold, Hot and Cold, something like that, her music video. And yeah, so very bright neon colors on the eyes, and as well really bold kind of matte but very bright lips. So this is like a coral with kind of like a neon green eye, and then like bronzer, and there's still that kind of like very beachy kind of look, just like a little bit of bronzer, very California girl type. But this is kind of something that I saw along the runway, just basically a lot of focus attention on the lid, which is like one strip of color basically, and then a very bright lip. Or, you know, if we're more wearable, you can just do the bright eyes and a more neutral lip, and then, or a more bright lip with a more neutral eye. So, but I kind of combined it together. Hair wise, I saw a lot of braids, like kind of Lauren Conrad inspired braids, fishtail braids, things like that. And braids are very common for the spring and summer, so that didn't really change. As well as beachy, kind of messy waves. Again, you always see that in the spring and summer. A lot of volume I saw, so I kind of did that with my little poof, but it's not that volume-wise. But I saw a lot of kind of like volume, and I guess that kind of goes with the 70s as well. They had a lot of volume in their hair. And then low ponytails and buns, so I saw a lot of those sleek ponytails or sleek kind of like chignon in the back. Just like a very simple and easy look, so I think that's really great. And yeah, that's about it. I saw a couple of headbands as well, whether it just be a black simple one or more like turban style headband. But yeah, that's just some of the things I had noticed. But these were kind of like the most common things. The last thing I'm going to talk about is nail polish, and for my kind of reference to nail polish for the season, I always look at Chanel. I don't buy them, but I always look at them. And the ones that they had 3 colors, and they were all kind of like pearlescents. And they said it was kind of the take on the fact that Coco Chanel really liked pearls, so that's where they kind of got those that kind of finish from. So the first one is in Pearl Drop, and it's more like a whitish pearl color, and I have a color that's similar to it. I forgot what it's called, but that's by OPI. I'm going to list the 3 that kind of I think are reference to the ones I have already in my collection by OPI to the ones by Chanel that I had bought just because Blake Lively had said in one of these magazines that it was her favorite, and I just bought it. So yeah, Pearl Drop. There's also Black Pearl, which to me looks like more of a green than a black, but it still has that pearlescence, more like a dark green, and again that looks like something I have similar from the ski collection actually. And the third one is Peche Nacree, and that's kind of like more of a peachy color, and that reminds me of something like that I got from Sephore by OPI, but that one is more of like a matte, not matte, but like very just cream color. Rather, this one is more, has a little bit of that opalescent kind of pearlescent kind of effect to it. I also saw a lot of kind of neutrals, and I saw a lot of kind of brights again. Kind of, I think that's kind of the theme overall, brights and kind of neons for like the makeup, the clothing, and the nails. But you may not want to go overboard, or else you're going to kind of look clownish. And a lot of kind of like just purples, and I saw like some pretty kind of like blue, but it was kind of more kind of like Tiffany bluish. That was really pretty. But yeah, I need to get color like that actually. So that's about it. I just wanted to make this really quick video. I may kind of make a update video to this video just because right now it's like January, right? So it's not necessarily that close to the spring. So when it's more closer, I'll probably kind of update and see if the trends kind of match to what I talked about in this video, or if there's other trends that I want to include. And so that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Bye!